Glen Rose, Texas is a town with a reputation for both historic and prehistoric attractions. Today we're headed to Glen Rose to celebrate Christmas with Expedition Texas.
Texas is full of lost history, from lost cemeteries to abandoned buildings, from the infamous to the obscure. Hitch a ride and travel across the Lone Star State, looking for hints of Texas' colorful past, our lost history. This is Expedition Texas, and we're gonna find it.
We arrived in Glen Rose ready to get an early start and explore some history before the festivities for Christmas began. We didn't have to look long. Our accommodations proved to be historic. We stayed in the John St. Helen cabin, located just off the downtown square. If legend and conspiracy are both correct, John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of Abraham Lincoln, was not in fact killed by law enforcement and lived out his final days under the name John St. Helen in this very cabin. Reportedly, a gun like the one that killed Lincoln was found under the floor after his death. The story has been featured on ABC's 2020 and on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Just across the road and down a ways from the cabin sits the Somervell County Museum, where we're headed next to get a proper introduction to historic Glen Rose, Texas, from Museum Director Dennis Moore. Dennis?
Hey, nice to meet you, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
I understand that you're the man who can tell me all about the history of Glen Rose.
I know a lot of it, and I can share it with you.
All right, so a lot of folks now kind of know this as like Dinosaur Central, but Glen Rose has history before all of that.
Correct.
Well, maybe not before the dinosaurs, but known history.
Right.
So tell me kind of how Glen Rose got started.
Okay. Well, in the 1850s, there were already small farms and homesteads around the area. And then in the 1840s, Charles Bernard, he and his brother George came to this part of Texas, and they opened a trading post here and in Waco. And that trading post lasted until the Native Americans were taken to Oklahoma. And then in 1860, when that all occurred, he came 5 miles south and built the mill here on the river that basically started our town.
Awesome. Now, how did dinosaurs come into the picture?
That was something that people that always seen the tracks, some thought they were big chicken tracks. But in 1907, George Adams was a young boy, had skipped school, and he was down exploring on the creek, and he found what he at the time didn't know was a track. So he went back and got Mr. McDonald, the teacher, and said, "What is this?" And Mr. McDonald said, "This is a dinosaur track." So that kind of started the knowledge of that, and then a lot of locals started getting interested in it.
Wow.
And then in 1970, of course, the Dinosaur Valley State Park opened.
And can you kind of show me around the museum some history that's kind of related to some of that?
Yes, I've got several key pods in the museum I can show you. Bob, I want to show you these photos up here of some of the prominent citizens of our community, and have to do a lot with the history. You'll see the couple here at the beginning. This is Charles Bernard and Juana Cavazos Bernard. They're the founding family of our town. Built the grist mill, Bernard's Mill, that basically started our town in 1860. This is George Adams. In about 1907. He was about a 10-year-old boy. He had skipped school, and there had been a flood on the river, and he was out exploring the creek up here north of town. He found what he didn't know was a dinosaur track, and I guess later he had to go back to the school and say, "I skipped school today, but hey, teacher, I found something really interesting on the creek." Wow. So that's when dinosaur tracks were first identified, and we give him the credit for that he got the dinosaur tracks identified, George Adams, whose descendants still live here in the town today.
And so you have replicas on display here.
Correct.
Are there any remaining of the actual prints, or have those all been taken out and sent?
There are thousands of tracks still in the river. It's
really?
The state park and in other creeks around the area.
Okay, so that you can still see plenty of them.
Absolutely.
And that's at the
Dinosaur Valley State Park.
Dinosaur Valley State Park. That sounds like a next stop to me. Dennis, thanks for showing us around, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So we've got two different dinosaurs that made the tracks we see, and so that's a dinosaur a lot like Tyrannosaurus rex, or these dinosaurs were walking on the edge of an ancient ocean that no longer exists.
We're in Glen Rose, Texas to celebrate the season with the folks there. We started off our day learning about the history and legends of Glen Rose. One bit of that history is actually prehistoric and can be found at Dinosaur Valley State Park, where we met up with Park Superintendent Jeff Davis. Hey Jeff, how's it going, man?
Hey, good to meet you. Yeah.
Good. So we are here at Dinosaur Valley State Park, right?
Yes, sir.
And now I have a pretty good idea from what I know about Glen Rose, why it's called Dinosaur Valley State Park, but let's hear it from the man himself.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a location where we have some of the premier dinosaur tracks in the world, some of the finest tracks you'll find anywhere. It's a really special place, and we get the chance to share that with people from around the world every day.
And they're coming in right now, literally
Yes,
right here behind us, and just having a great day coming in here. You guys obviously have like camping and things like that people can do here, right?
We do, yes sir. Yeah, we've got water and electric campsites, we've got primitive sites up in the hills, nice easy walk-in sites. So whatever kind of camping people want to do, we can accommodate.
Okay, well I think you know why we're here. We want to see some dinosaur tracks. Can you show us?
Yes sir.
All right, to your truck, man. Let's go.
All right, let's go. All right. Yeah, so we're crossing over to main track site, crossing the Biloxi River. You can see how clear the water is. This is a great spot for families to come because you can get across here and see tracks without getting your feet wet, which is nice.
And there are a lot of visitors out here enjoying the park today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, beautiful Saturday.
Yeah.
Lots of folks going out and enjoying it.
Okay, I see it. My first real dinosaur tracks.
Well, welcome. This is a special experience for so many people that come to Dinosaur Valley to see these tracks for the first time. You know, for me, it is the connection that made these creatures come from the movie screen, like a movie monster, you know, growing up watching Jurassic Park, to a real animal. That's what made it real for me, basically.
So what are we looking at here?
Yeah, so we've got two different dinosaurs that made the tracks we see. The ones that we see further over to the left, those are the three-toed tracks. Those are from a dinosaur called Acrocanthosaurus. And so that's a dinosaur a lot like Tyrannosaurus rex, although he's older than Tyrannosaurus rex, but two-legged, carnivorous, huge head full of teeth. So you can see multiple tracks out there that were left by that three-toed dinosaur. And then a little bit harder to see, but these almost sort of horseshoe-shaped tracks here with the deep indentions on one side, those are from a much bigger dinosaur. That's a dinosaur called Sauroposeidon. So your long-necked dinosaur, big long tail, 100 feet long, 40 tons of weight, huge dinosaur. And these dinosaurs were walking on the edge of an ancient ocean that no longer exists. There was no Biloxi River 110 million years ago, and so they were leaving their tracks in the mud along the ocean side.
Well, Jeff, thanks for showing us around. Now I can finally say
Yes, sir.
I've seen the dinosaur tracks at Dinosaur Valley State Park, man.
Thanks for being here.
All right, thanks so much. So from dinosaurs to the possible log home of John Wilkes Booth and so much more history in Glen Rose, Texas. But we've come for the hometown Christmas celebration known as Christmastown. We caught up with Glen Rose City Councilman Stuart Mann.
Well, this is the first year we've really done a whole lot with it, and I'm very excited. We've got tons of decorations, tons of people, tons of vendors. Every weekend we're doing something. To see the mayor do what he wanted to do this year, and we got together and we really built it all up, and it's just awesome.
And just across the courthouse lawn, setting up more Christmas decorations, was the man who pushed for all the Christmas fun and instructed his staff to find it in the budget to put on an old-fashioned country Christmas celebration. Mayor of Glen Rose, Joe Bowles.
Well, I can't take full credit, but I'm sure happy with it.
Aren't you happy? I mean, you look around and Christmas is all around us right now.
Well, it's Christmas town, that's why.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me kind of how this all came to be.
I became mayor about a year and a half ago. We were doing our budgets in September, and the city administrator, Troy Hill, and myself said, we're going to make it Christmas town. We're going to put money in the budget, and we're going to make the citizens proud. So this is what we came up with.
Well, I see a lot of proud citizens around here enjoying this.
Yeah, they are.
What does Christmas in Glen Rose mean to you, Mayor?
It goes back to the tradition, to the original Christmas, birth of Jesus Christ, celebrating that, and I want every citizen here to have that feeling tonight.
We're in Glen Rose, Texas to celebrate Christmas with the folks there. We've taken a little time to get to know Glen Rose by visiting with Dennis Moore at the Somervell County Museum, Jeff Davis at Dinosaur Valley State Park, and we've even taken a peek at Dinosaur World and Fossil Rim Drive-Thru Safari. But it's time to get back to the square where the vendors are set up with their gifts and goodies for the Christmas market on the downtown square. Ooh, I see salsa.
Yes.
Right. What is your name?
I'm Priscilla Locke.
Hi, Priscilla.
I'm the Associate Matron for the Order of the Eastern Star here, Glen Rose chapter.
Cool. And apparently, head salsa maker.
Yes.
Tell me about your salsa.
All right. It's not very hot, but it's very, very tasty.
Okay.
And you can have a sample if you would like to see what it.
Okay. You got some
Just take the spoon and put some on there.
Okay.
Because everybody doesn't want to double dip.
Is this an old family recipe or something?
This is my granddaughter's recipe.
Really?
She usually makes it for the chapter to sell. And
That's really good.
yeah.
Milk and honey confections.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what all we have here.
Well, today we got pumpkin bread, banana bread, beer bread, cheddar jalapeno, cinnamon sugar pecans, hot chocolate, coffee. We got a little bit of everything today.
Did you say beer bread?
Beer bread?
Beer bread.
Yes,
What
sir.
is beer bread?
It's bread made with beer. So
Well-
we put a whole bottle of Shiner in.
Yeah, two of
in
my
a-
favorites.
Yep.
Let's try that.
Absolutely. Let's cut you a slice. All right.
Okay.
How about we
Beer
try
bread.
that? Beer
Going
bread.
down
Yes, sir.
Some good stuff. Well, it's been a little chilly out here this morning. I think I found the place to warm up. Hi, what's your name?
Kathleen Wells.
Kathleen. What is all this? These look so warm and comfy and cozy. Did you make all of this?
I make everything that you see
Oh,
right
wow.
here.
So what's the name of your business?
KBW Fleece Designs.
Ooh, okay. And tell me about your designs here.
Well, I make ponchos, I make reversible jackets, I make blankets. Everything you see here is fleece.
Is this one of your designs?
This is one of my older ones. This is
Yeah.
what I wear to advertise.
Well, it looks comfy and cozy. Is that one of the reversibles you're talking
Yes,
about?
it's
Awesome.
reversible.
You got your little microphone on there too that we stuck on you?
Yes.
Well, this is so
Oh, yes.
cool. So tell me about Christmas in Glen Rose.
Glen Rose is an amazing little town.
It is.
It is. They care about this town. They decorate. They're friendly. It's just a nice place to live.
After visiting the market, it's off to grab some lunch at the Green Pickle and to check out decorations in the downtown shops in Glen Rose. Well, it's Christmas time in Glen Rose, Texas, and it's almost dark out here. That means it's almost time for the big lighted Christmas parade and the tree lighting here on the square. Folks are gathered around having a lot of fun. Let's rejoin the festivities.
Howdy everybody, pro rodeo announcer, public speaker Terry Starnes here with you tonight. This is my wife, beautiful wife, with her Christmas outfit on tonight, Shelly. Shelly, we're going to have a great parade here tonight, a lot of great things, some more music, and then we're going to light that big old Christmas tree up tonight.
Yes, we are. It's Christmas in Glen Rose, my favorite time of the year, and I'm ready to light that tree.
Thank you guys for what you're doing for us. Have a Merry Christmas, and come to Glen Rose when you get a chance.
Merry Christmas.
3, 2, 1. Yeah! There we go.
We're in Glen Rose, Texas, celebrating Christmas, and it's just about time for the lighted Christmas parade to get underway.
I like Christmas because you get presents and spend time with your family, and you can celebrate Jesus' birthday under the tree for Christmas. I love to get close by the fire with my friends and family, and it's because Jesus was born. What I love about Christmas is that I love making gingerbread houses with my family. I like decorating our Christmas tree and setting it up and opening presents. I like having family over, and I like opening presents with my family. Merry Christmas from Glen Rose, Texas.
And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today, in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." And suddenly a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace to those on whom his favor rests."
There you go, Brady. I thought about it, and I considered certain people, and then I said, Grand Marshal for a Christmas parade, and I thought, there's only one choice. Now you may not be able to see him and you may not hear him, but you're going to feel him tonight. You're going to feel Jesus Christ, our Grand Marshal. Thank you for coming again.
We're very honored to have with us again a group that we feature in all of our parades here in Glen Rose. We're mighty proud to be a part of them and them us. It is the Glen Rose American Legion. I say we give them a round of arousing applause for what they have done for us and our freedom. Thank you. Here we go.
It's Cottonwood
Baptist Church. I got ahead of myself, so y'all got mentioned about 3 times tonight. Thank you guys for your float tonight.
I love to see these floats because it reminds us as to why we celebrate this season.
Yes, sir. It absolutely
reminds us.
It absolutely does.
Appreciate y'all.
Coming up next for us, Grace Community Church. Boy, they got a load on there. Thank you, Dee. Congratulations to you guys and gals. Neat bubble machine though.
And now it's time for the mayor to count us down and for Glen Rose to light their Christmas tree on the courthouse lawn.
All right, it's time to light the tree. We're going to count down from 10. If it's loud enough, we'll light it. So let's go. Let's get this tree lit. All right, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
When a town is steeped in so much history that people literally travel from all over the world to visit, you'd think they'd lose some of that hometown charm. That's not the case in Glen Rose, Texas. With hugs and handshakes around the Christmas tree, folks lingered for over an hour after the celebration ended, visiting and rekindling old friendships, wishing each other well and making plans to spend more time together in the coming year. The glow from downtown wasn't just the light from that Christmas tree. It was the warmth and love that comes with a small town Christmas in a place like Glen Rose. A town where the true meaning of Christmas was front and center, and the grand marshal of the parade may not have been seen, but he was certainly felt. Merry Christmas from Glen Rose and from the folks here at Expedition Texas.